it's Marek. Welcome to MDrives and welcome to another video. Welcome from America. So today we are going to Yosemite Park in a moment. So I'm looking forward to that because it looks absolutely amazing. So without further ado, let's jump in the car and let's go. So we're starting our adventure today from Sonora. That's where we arrived last night and we stayed in one of the hotels here. We actually staying in the same hotel tonight as well, and that's because we're spending the whole day in Yosemite National Park. We've got about an hour 40-minute drive to get there, and I'm sure we're going to be stopping a lot because there will be a lot of nice viewpoints before we get there. However, once we get there, well, I think we're going to be blown away because I've seen some videos on YouTube from over there and it's beautiful. I'm just hoping it's going to be dry. At the moment, well, it was drizzling overnight and this morning, but it meant to get better, so that's where my hopes are, that it's going to be reasonably nice. It's going to be cold anyway. I think the maximum predicted for today is 10 degrees Celsius, so yeah, it won't be a warm morning, but because we're going to be walking, I think we're going to be fine. We're going to be warm enough.
Luckily, with every mile, the weather was improving.
We started climbing towards Yosemite. We still got about 55-60 miles to get to Yosemite Valley. However, for the next 8 miles we're gonna drive through absolutely mental bit of road. I drove it last night and wow, in the dark it was crazy. Most of the turns you have to slow down right to 20 miles per hour because they are so tight, you would be off the road. Yeah, there is probably 100 corners if not more on this road, and it just feels like a massive spaghetti. Probably the 8 miles with the most turns, tight turns I've ever been on, and a massive drop on one side as well, so you know, you have to have respect to this road. Today gives me a full picture of how dangerous the wildfires are in this part of the world, because there is so many parts of the woods here which were burned in the last years. You can see that we're just passing by an area where you could definitely see that probably about 3 years ago there must be a massive wildfire, because there were only very little trees and all the big trunks were burned. So yeah, it's a big problem in this area, especially if it's not raining. I think before we came over they had a period of almost a month without rain. You can see clearly there were fires here a couple of years ago. Yeah, such a shame, such a shame.
Suddenly, behind the corner, we found the first view on the Yosemite Valley. And from now on, wherever we looked, the views were epic.
We are in the Yosemite National Park now, and we bought America the Beauty card, which is a best idea to do if you're planning to visit more than 2 parks, because normally in America you're paying $35 to enter each park, and the pass is usually valid 7 days. So it's fine if you're going back to the same park all the time, but if you're going to different parks, then if you're going to more than 2, then you would be for free $105 already. This card costs $80, and it actually is valid for a year for almost all the parks in California and around California. You can use it for Death Valley as well, etc. So definitely one to buy.
Before going deeper into the valley, we decided to stop at, in my opinion, the best viewpoint, the tunnel view. On the left, it's the biggest monolith in US called El Capitan, and straight ahead you can see a rock called Half Dome. There was also some kind of classic car race that day, because we've seen dozens of beautiful classic cars around us.
Probably the most famous viewpoint ticked. Tunnel view is just about 1.5 miles away from the main road leading to the visitor center, and it's definitely worth doing. Absolutely amazing view.
The whole Yosemite Valley has this weird one-way system where 2 lanes going in one direction on one side of the valley, and then there is a similar road going back the other way, with some roads in between. The problem with this system is if you take a wrong road, you might end up losing 10 minutes to go back to the same place, something which unfortunately we learned the hard way. We first stopped at the welcome point, and from over there we took a walk to the lower Yosemite Fall vista point. You can see plenty of different types of wildlife and some amazing woodland areas. Normally you can see Yosemite Creek flowing through these woods. However, today it was all dry. So we took a hike through the riverbed to the lower Yosemite Fall.
So we arrived at Yosemite waterfall, which, normally it's a bit more entertaining. As you can see, there is a bit of water dripping down from the top, but it's because apparently for the last month there was no rain in California, so everything dried out, and at this time of the year anyway, it's not really where a lot of water coming down. For that you need to come back in spring or early summer. But yeah, still looks impressive, but maybe not as impressive as it could have. So we used the opportunity, considering it's dry here, to venture out a bit and look. Once again, what we should see here is the massive waterfall coming right from up there, which is the top part of the waterfall we've seen a moment ago. And as you can see, there's hardly any water coming down. But if not that, we would never be able to actually walk down the riverbed up to the waterfall.
We left our car on the car park and we decided to go for a hike up the Vernal Falls. We thought it's going to be a really nice hike. However, we were both surprised by how difficult it was. I consider both of us quite fit people. However, this hike really challenged us. The constant incline was absolutely ridiculous. Very often you were almost climbing at 45-degree angle.
I think officially this is the hardest climb I ever done. It's a killer. Honestly, I've never climbed anything so steep. Now, let's go and see the waterfall. Hopefully, it was worth it. think in the end it was worth it. What a view. And we just got here before we lost the sun, so yeah, just in time. Now a long way down. I'm sure it's going to be better than coming up, but still not easy. Oh, right. We better move on.
I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure you give it a big like, subscribe to my channel, and I see you shortly in the next part from our big adventure where we're going to San Francisco. I hope to see you soon. Thank you for watching. Goodbye. Do widzenia.